You can't tell Scotty shit. Scotty will fuck you up.
Well, of course, man.
He'll put on that kilt and kick you right in the balls and then teabag you. Now what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know it's not under that kilt.
Right. He's got sweat going on. He's got some fucking swallows going on down there.
There sure ain't no underpants.
That's right. It's all pure taint and swallows. Live, Prius, or die.
Die. Die. Die.
Live, Prius, or die. Yeah, you're safe. Live, Prius, or die. Episode 22. We're still alive.
I don't know what that means, but all right.
We're kicking it with the homies. We were like Lazarus and raised up.
Friday, July 18th, or 8th. Don't forget that. See,
yeah, but it's not July 18th. It's July 8th.
No, I just said. All right, never mind.
Yeah,
whatever.
I know. It's fine.
We need to do over.
All right, let's start over again. Live, Prius, or die. I'm your co-host, Mondo, the brown guy, and with me today I have ever-present White Shadow, Will. What's up, homie?
What's up?
So yeah,
how you like those pork joints?
Yeah.
I can smell it.
This was just so funny. I just had to jump right into it.
Pork joints. Yeah, you want to just let's do that. Let's go into it.
Okay. Well, I mean, so just cruising the internet and finding some weird stuff going on out there, of course, like always. And so there's this mom who apparently is and I don't even know how this becomes news. Like who finds out about this kind of news? But this is like, it just says, the article's like, mom shocked to find defrosted pork joint looked like something very rude. And of course they give you about 1,000 ads, and then they finally get to the actual picture of the thing. And dude, this looks like some serious BBC. Problem is like, she acts like it's a huge, or she makes a comment like it's a huge penis, but you really can't tell. I mean, this is a pretty damn close-up picture, but I will tell you, it does look like, it looks like John Wayne Bobbitt lost something today.
Hold on a second, I gotta look this shit up. Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah. Mondo, are you feeling okay today?
It's like double-ended.
Well, it's hard to tell. This picture's kind of big. I mean, maybe, or it's kind of close up. Maybe this is like only an 8-inch pan, and
I don't know, man. You said the picture's kind of big. I think the pork joint's kind of big.
Yeah, so this must be like an English thing, calling them a pork joint. I mean, I've heard even in the article it does say loin, because that's usually what we refer to them as, pork loins. And dude, I have seen some that are like the barbecued, like marinated kind.
Mm-hmm.
And they just totally look like some big, just like whale wiener just laying on the counter.
I mean, this deserves like a serenade. I mean, do you see how like thick and round it is? Like,
don't get turned on, man.
It's like,
there you go.
Oh yeah, she probably wanted to get all like comfortable with it.
Well, then she was like gonna serve this up to whoever she was having dinner with, and then she thought, well, then she would just like scare the shit out of him. So she said, I think, yeah, here's the line. I was thinking about cutting the meat, which just in itself sounds funny, in half and just serving it to him on the plate. His face would have been a picture.
That's hilarious. I love the stuff that she says, though. It's like, as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh my word, it looks like a huge penis. So she's had a few BBCs in her lifetime then.
It must be. But again, how does this end up like being even news? Like, I mean, who doesn't see things daily that looks like, penis and just go on with their life?
I don't actually look for penises in my daily life, so...
Hey, they just come your way.
That's what she said, yeah. I don't know.
Probably the best comment in this whole article at the end was the store that she apparently bought this thing at. It was called Farm Foods.
Mm-hmm.
They declined to comment. like it was some conspiracy here.
I'm sure like the news people were like, so this customer found a giant ham hock that looked like a black penis. Do you care to comment? And they probably just got the door slammed in their face. It's like, what?
Right.
Why would you? My God. This article is freaking hilarious. I can't wait to post this, but wow. She said she was absolutely screaming with laughter and had tears rolling down my face because she saw a black penis.
Yeah, well, I mean, believe me, if you go around the internet, you'll see enough of those. Yeah.
Was it like before or after it had been inside her?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, we already got past our weird news for the week.
That is pretty funny and weird, though. I like it.
So what else is going on? What you been up to?
Not much, man. Just just living the dream. And by dream, I mean dream.
Okay.
I did have a weird dream though. Now that I talk about that.
Okay.
And I just want to throw this out there as a disclaimer. I am not a stereotype.
Stereotype of what?
I'm just not a stereotype. Okay. So
You mean of a brown person?
yes, I am not
Okay.
that. But
I can confirm that.
okay. Thank you. But
You're
I
the
had
whitest black man I know. No.
somebody else said that. I'm like, is that where are you going with this? But no, I had this dream like I was at a grocery store and we were shopping and we got to the produce section and my wife like turned to me and she was like, I'm not buying watermelon anymore. And I woke up angry.
That was it, huh?
I woke up pretty angry. I looked over and I was like, you better not ever. And then I realized like I had just like woke up from a dream and I was like, I'm gonna roll over and go back to sleep and pretend you ain't say that shit. But like I don't know.
So you think your wife's racist against you?
I don't know. I don't know. Like she's not, but
Right.
it just made me laugh that why the fuck am I thinking about like that's a threat that makes me angry. Like that doesn't make any sense.
How dare you?
Yeah,
How
it's
dare
like-
you screw with my watermelon intake?
It's like what's wrong? You know how much water's in watermelon? That's why they call it watermelon.
I know, man. It makes you piss like every 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's great, but
It's like a kegger.
yeah, it is. It is. I can do my own keg stands sitting down at the dinner table. It's great.
That's just funny. So I mean, obviously this, and everybody says that dreams are just like you working out things in your mind. So obviously you've had this fear that your wife is obviously going to be just all of a sudden try to lynch your ass.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it was really like I should not have woke up. Like, I rolled over. I wasn't even facing her in bed. I rolled over and I sat up and I was like, And I just
You had to stop and think about it, huh?
right, because I at that point I realized I was awake and I was like, just gonna go back to sleep now. Just gonna lay my head back down on the pillow, make sure there's not a noose around my neck, and we're good. We're good.
I think women are the only group in out of us people that can fall asleep basically sitting up with their mouth wide open.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that? I can't say that I've ever woken up like that or fallen asleep like that. I've fallen asleep where I'm tilting my head back.
Right.
But my mouth is in no way open, and in fact, sometimes it's a problem because if you do that, that's usually if you're sort of tipsy, but you'll swallow wrong and you'll like choke, and then you're like wake up and you're like coughing your ass off. But I know for a fact that I'm not sleeping with my mouth open, and I don't know how my wife can just literally be sitting at a laptop. Next thing I know, she's out cold with her head back, just like
Mouth open.
Flies could totally be flying in there, and she wouldn't know.
I've actually, I'm kind of a dick. Like she goes to sleep like that, and I just start screaming. Like
it scared the crap out of her.
Oh yeah, one time I did this. I'll see if I can find a video, but I did this like I had music playing like loud. It was Big Sean. I Don't Fuck With You, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if you ever heard that song, but I was was downstairs. I was singing, and I was like, I don't fuck with you, and I sang like a whole verse like in her face while she's sleeping, mouth open, right? And then like the chorus goes back to I don't fuck with you, and I was like, I don't fuck with you, and then she jumped up. She was like, you fucking dick. I was like, yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
You lucky she did like choke your ass right then and there.
She like jumped up and was fighting the pillow for a minute. She was like, oh, like juggling it. It was funny. Yeah, she doesn't really take naps around me that much anymore.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Right.
You drawing dicks on her face too?
There was this. No, I'm just kidding. I've never actually done that.
Oh, instead you just teabagged her.
Right. I gave her the stamp of approval.
You bear the mark of testicles.
Oh, it's funny shit. Yeah. So, teabagging, that's a thing, but apparently so are threesome apps.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
There's actually apps for specifically this task.
There's one on iTunes that you can pick up called Thrinder. That's 3NDER. I guess that's how you would
So
say
it's supposed to be like three and a friend.
Right.
Okay.
It's dating for couples and singles. So here's the description. A dating app. Oh, wait, hold on. A dating app for open-minded singles and couples. Enjoy endless swapping.
Ooh.
Wait, sorry. No, swiping.
I think you got it right the first time.
Yeah. Match with singles.
Bodily fluids.
Oh. Well, that happens. If we keep it on one end,
Oh,
just one end. But they've got a new version out too. It's 343 is the newest version.
yeah.
And you can match up with singles or couples. Choose from over 20. Get this, sexualities in your profile. 20.
20. How do you have 20?
There's, well,
I'm telling you right now, this whole gender thing is getting out of hand.
yes, it is. I don't understand.
There should be, there's two genders, but then there's persuasions, right? I mean, it's, male, female, and then gay. Whether that means lesbian or, male, gay, or whatever. But, I mean, that should be it. And if you like to dress like a woman, I don't need a gender for that. Just say I'm a freak.
Well, if you have the surgery, if you're going to go transgender, then that's fine too. I can respect that. But
It's getting, I don't know.
What I don't understand is pansexuals.
Yeah, I don't get it, all this stuff. And it's just, people are making it complicated just because they, people want to feel special and different. But, get a tattoo, get a nose piercing. Don't come up with stuff that isn't real. I mean, in nature, you either got asexual or, what's the other word? You got homosexual and heterosexual, right? So there's only three right there. So I just don't get how we're starting to come up with all this extra stuff.
Yeah, this, when you Google it, it just says a pansexual person. That's the definition. But if you go to Wikipedia, and there's a couple other sites, I was kind of looking at this and not really understanding what it meant. But it's, I guess, pansexuality is the sexual attraction, romantic love, or emotional attraction toward people regardless of their sex or gender identity. So that means you can be attracted to men, women, transgender men, transgender women.
Well, I mean, and that's just bisexual. It's just, I mean, because you're able to go either way with the naturally occurring genders, and anything in between is just really an offshoot of the other two genders. I don't know.
That one I think is going to need some more explaining.
It's like nationalities, right? It's like African American, Mexican American. No, you're just American. You live here. You're born here. Just get over it. And until people get, I mean, this is just going to be a new form of racism. It really is.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just a new form of prejudice, new form of racism type. Because the lines between the colors have been downplayed. So somebody's got to come up with a new game to play.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying racism's gone, because it sure as hell isn't.
Right.
But I think within maybe a generation or two, I think you're really going to see that on the decline.
Yeah, that's
my theory. Because I think the world's getting too close with the information we have. So people are people no matter where they are. And I think it's just because people just don't have just these preconceived notions. They can actually go online and see what people are really like. Or in some cases, find out what they really like, that you didn't want to know about them.
Yeah. And that's kind of but I mean, that's what some of these apps do. It's okay for you to meet these people. It's very private from what I understand, from what I'm reading here. Like there's an option to be Facebook connected, but I don't know why you would ever want to do that. Unless you're just open about it.
Think about that. Oh, little Tommy wants me to come play Farmville, and he wants me to shake him while he's doing his wife.
But there's
that is definitely not a sharing situation. At least not on the traditional methods. But I mean, I guess it's good because if you're really down for that kind of scenario, I mean, at least there's a place to go for it. But I think you probably want to probably keep that on the down low.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people who are going to want to be out there about it, which is fine. They've embraced it, and that's the lifestyle they choose, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that.
How many of these apps are there?
It's quite a few apparently, but I was kind of reading some of the reviews too.
Yeah, that would be an interesting site too, just to go through like the reviews of the people that are using the app.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, because those actually use like a lot of times real people's name.
Yeah, but that one, Thrinder, you have to pay for a certain membership. There's like Majestic. There's like a free membership, but then there's like Majestic memberships, and I'm not sure what that entails.
Yeah.
But there's another one called Open, which is spelled OP3N, and it says meet open-minded people. And it says open multi-dating app based on meeting between couples and singles, sharing the same interests, lifestyles, desires, or fantasy. It looks pretty straightforward. Break the taboo preconceived thoughts and ideas of our today's society. That doesn't seem like it's worded correctly. This is not your own feeling. Actually, it is already spread and accepted. Yeah, this is like an overseas app.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, I was just gonna say it's the usual, Russian dude trying to make an app. I have a real issue with Russian apps. Like any name that looks like it's made by like a Russian, I don't deal with it, man, because they're all trying to just hijack your shit.
Yeah, I love, and this is on Play Store. I love the reviews here. The reviews here are awesome. There's 136 5 stars and 86 1 stars. Let's look at a 1 star.
So wait, nothing in between?
There's like there's 26 4 stars, 23 stars. Yeah,
I thought it was like one extreme or another.
Right.
It's
That's
like,
what
it's like the ones that scored with the app and the ones that didn't.
Yeah, there are a lot of people pissed about privacy. Won't work. Starts to work, but then freezes and won't allow me to click any button. I have to force it to shut down. There's another one that says, really? Facebook account needed?
I don't think the technical specifications of the app are really in question here.
Right. Says there are another ways to prevent fake accounts than Facebook. I've deleted my FB account and I'm not going to renew it, so bye-bye. Like this, you'll lose more and more people. What?
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It's like it sounds like they're reviewing the wrong app.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This guy seems to be from, looking at his name, he seems to be from
Darfur
overseas or something like that. Yeah. Another guy that says this is very poorly written. It's money grab in a niche market. The functions don't work well and it really has no user base. These are not worth reading. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Right. Yeah, come on. I was hoping for some juicy stuff.
Yeah, somebody like, yeah, we can only find
were these like full name people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not like aliases or anything like that, like Jimmy John Boo Boo.
No, these are like named people.
This is like Tina from the Fifth Flow.
The 1 star people want you to know who they are.
Yeah, well, that's dumb too.
Right, but
period. I mean, I don't think I would join the Threesome app with my real name. I'm just going out on a limb. Everybody goes online anymore and looks up your stuff, for new employment.
Oh yeah.
So you can't play around.
Well, there's ways to hide.
Well, you can play around, just don't do it online.
There's ways to like hide your personal stuff. For job hunters, you can just hide in plain sight. But
you gotta have like 13 extra emails.
I mean, you don't?
I know. I've got a couple garbage ones. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got garbage phone numbers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't need garbage phone numbers. I just
1-800 kiss my ass.
There's another app called Threesomer.
Oh yeah.
This is hilarious.
I thought you said that one, but that was the
no, that was Thrinder. Yeah. That one's probably like the highest paid one.
Names.
Oh yeah. So the description is awesome. The best free threesome dating app for kinky, open-minded couples and singles who want to find threesome relationships.
Hey, well, at least it's straight up.
I think it's an Asian app. Like,
yeah.
I think it's, yeah. So, that's fine, but they kind of put that all over the website here. We added a new feature entitled Activities. Ooh. We have enhanced the performance of the app by fixing some software glitches. Ooh. But there's no reviews.
And I think that's another thing people need to think about when they get up in these kind of apps like this. It's like, whatever clown is just totally, prying on your sense of, sexuality because, they just want to grab whatever personal information they could off your phone. Because you ever look at these permissions, it's like we have full access to your dental records, your eye color. I mean, they know everything that's on your phone.
There was a gag app that I wanted to get, and it was like a clipper app. So you tap it and it vibrates your phone and it makes a clipper sound. So you can walk up behind somebody and pretend to cut their hair and it freaks them out,
Freak them out. That'd be awesome.
So yeah, I saw it on YouTube on a bunch of vines and I thought it was hilarious. So I went and got one and it was need access to your phone. And I was like, what? And I read it and it was so that the calls can interrupt the app. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Phone calls are important. Then it was contacts. And I was like, why do you need access to my contacts?
Right.
What purpose does this app serve that it needs? I was like, no, never mind, I'm good. But I have downloaded some other popular games, and now I get blown up about I have the same chick trying to call me now about Medicare that I know is a fraud, and I don't have Medicare or Medicaid or need it. Like, why are you calling me about this? So I blocked 3 of the numbers, and now I'm getting 2 different phone numbers. They're local though.
Oh yeah, man. All that stuff's like just a scam anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a house phone, and that was pretty much our fodder phone, where it was just, anything went to that, and we haven't, since we moved, we haven't even hooked that thing back up.
Yeah, that, and we always have a landline. My wife always wants a landline, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. I don't have a problem with, just in case something goes wrong. But
yeah.
So we're looking at these apps. You got a bunch of apps where you can find couples, or if you're a couple seeking a third partner, or if you're single looking for a couple or whatever, or just 2 random people to hook up with. They're here now. I don't know how popular they were, how long they've been around. I don't see anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a risky lifestyle, too, because just the sheer STD situation. You don't know who you're bringing into the party.
Well, I mean, if all parties are responsible, then it's okay. Like, it's not going to be like, I'm sure people are...
I know, dude. We're talking about people looking to get boned in a threesome. How responsible do you think those people really are?
Well, it's like, I mean, haven't you seen those documentaries? It's like a lifestyle for some people. Like, there's just couples who always want to entertain a third party, and they go about it pretty safely. It's not like they just go and find someone. Like, they have to actually vet this person, But
I don't know. I see those documentaries too at times, and I just think, it's like they're trying to glorify some of this stuff, and I just don't think it works out that easy. They find a few clowns that are, and who knows how realistic any of it is, how, if they're not just acting it out or whatever. I don't know. Right. I don't know. I have my doubts sometimes. I'm a conspiracy theorist. What can I say?
No, that's fine. I mean, you're actually right. There probably are some people out there who are just looking to bone 2 people, and they go about it this way. So,
and why don't I ever just fall into these situations?
I think a lot of guys ask that question. I don't think it's as widespread common, because here's the thing. Like, and this is,
we don't live in California. That's where all the porn's happening.
Right. But this is why I was bringing this up. So you have all these apps, and you have a way to, if you're a couple in this lifestyle, or like I said, just a single person looking for a hookup, you have this app. But I mean, what does that do to your relationship? I mean, you obviously have to go into this with an understanding and open feelings about what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
You can't just bring your marriage, if you've never had one, threesome into this. I mean, you could try, but I don't think, honestly, it would survive. Right. Like, your relationship would kind of get lost and all that. So
I think you'd have to be with somebody out of the gate that's already like that.
Yeah.
That's not something you can turn into later.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it brings up a lot of questions for me. Like, how, okay, well, with the STDs, like, you just can't go and grab somebody. And then, your relationship status, like, what happens there? If you're single, how do you know the 2 people aren't going to, take you down in the basement and cut you up? Like, where do you meet?
Right.
Just, there's a lot of risk involved in this. Like, it just, I don't know. It seems kind of odd that this is gaining popularity now, and we've had smartphones around for a long time, and these apps aren't. I haven't heard about them.
Right. Well, I think it's just people got to take things to the next level, right? What's my next idea that I can get some money out of? Oh wait, there's people all would love to be in a threesome. So here we're just going to throw this app out there and hope it sticks. And, I think that's where a lot of this stuff comes from. It's just, people go through the usual, make my level, my calculator, my, to-do list apps. And then, at some point, that market's all saturated. So what's the next level? They got to take it to the next level. Just like Germans, they like this, these scat videos where they're pooping. It's because they had to take it to the next level because they just couldn't get off enough on what they were doing already.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, they're creative.
Yeah, they're creative, all right. No. Not again.
You said
on the way.
Sorry.
Put your pork loin away.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. Thank you, mistress.
What's your safe word?
Banana
Fuzzy
peels.
bunnies?
Banana cream pie. Banana cream pie.
I just thought he was really hungry.
I didn't understand. Yeah, this is pretty interesting though. Like with all this, I don't think I would try this. at all. Like even if we were into this, I just no. It just doesn't seem. And I'm not saying it's not for someone else. It's just not for me. I just don't see the.
Yeah, you don't feel comfortable there.
Well, I thought before I was married and dating, like I was like, yeah, let's do that. But then like the more I thought about it, I would just get tired. I have to make one person wait outside. Just hold on a second. I need to focus here. Like it's not.
Yeah,
gonna,
I mean, pleasing one's hard enough.
right. I just no. I'm quite happy. But this one is actually pretty. This threesomer one is actually pretty strict. Like the features are, you can find the people you like, send free chat messages, profiles are manually reviewed, no porn or adult photos, and there's no advertisements. So this is like a pay app.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty much like you're actually meeting the person to make a connection for however long.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's like.
At first I was thinking, of course they want to get paid, right, to make these apps. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, well, I mean, they're not going to get any ad revenue probably because nobody's going to want to put ads on this stuff.
Right.
And if you pay them, they'll keep it quiet. That's what the way I look at it. They can afford to do stuff. Like, I mean, think of how much better Facebook would be, or even YouTube. I can vouch for this because I do YouTube Red. Think of how much better those things would be if you just paid for them outright instead of getting them for free, but being tossed all this ad shit all the time.
Yeah, I have YouTube Red too. It's not bad. I actually got to use the background app thing today too. I was watching another video on my phone and playing casting one to Chromecast on the TV, so I could see like what I was watching still, and then do what I was doing. I was watching two videos at the same time, which I realized I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. But then I was like, why am I doing this?
I was just gonna say, man, you must get some lazy eye going on or something.
I was like, I don't know. I wasn't bored with what I was watching. I heard something there, and I was like, oh yeah. Because now with Google Play Music, you can when you search, you can search for identify what I'm listening to, and it'll listen to what you're listening to, and then try to find it in the library. So
kind of like the old Shazam, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was doing. I was watching this Vine, and I heard this song, and I was like, what song is that? And I searched for it, and then I ended up at YouTube again, and I was like, oh wait, I gotta stop this. It's Inception.
Your mind's gonna blow.
I think I have that sound, but I'm not gonna play it because it's like loud. I'll play this one instead.
Titty sprinkles.
Nice.
That's so smooth.
I mean, in what situation did they get? Who is that? God damn it,
Morgan Freeman.
Sorry. To say that.
Is it really Morgan Freeman, or is it someone?
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yep.
Be a lot cooler if it was.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Because I want to know too, what situation did they get Morgan Freeman to say titty sprinkles?
Titty sprinkles.
It's called $1 million, man.
I guess.
That's the situation.
Hell, he might do it for free.
Yeah, he might do it for a high five and a handshake.
He might.
Maybe leave it an ass grab.
Yeah.
My ass grab.
Oh my.
Yeah, well, there you go. Dude, that reminds me. Did you see there was some article this week about how they're trying to make Sulu a gay character in the new Star Trek or something?
It's because he is gay.
Who?
George Takei.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, I thought you meant like the guy playing. I don't know. Never mind.
Well,
I know he was, but then like George Takei wasn't too happy about that.
About them making Sulu a gay character?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he be happy about that?
I didn't really get into the article. I didn't know if he dove into that one or not. Oh my.
Say, yeah.
Oh my.
So, I don't know. We got to do some research on that one, I think.
Yeah. I don't know why he wouldn't be, because he's all about that stuff.
He's all about that dick.
Yeah. No trouble. No.
Nice. You ever see any of his like tweets and stuff?
I used to follow him on Facebook, and I just stopped.
No, but yeah, he seems to be a pretty intelligent guy.
No, he was. Some of that stuff was really, really cool. Some of the stuff that he put up, but then there was just a couple comments that I was just like, okay, I'm done. Like you've got millions of other people. You don't need me.
Okay, what happened? He said
it was just
fuck
a comment.
You, Scotty. Fuck you in the ass.
He basically said that that Raichu was better than Pikachu, and I was like, I'm done. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
Totally made that up.
I was gonna say that's getting pretty deep if George Takei's all up in his Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
But whatever the things I have seen him say, I am surprised that at his age, like some of the perspective that he has.
Yeah, his perspective was not very happy about this.
So what you got? You already got it looked up?
Yeah.
What's he saying?
Let's see.
Say it ain't so, Sulu. Say it ain't so.
Yeah, he's 79 years old.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised he's not older.
I
mean, they weren't exactly like teenagers when they started doing Star Trek. I think him and Shatner are trying to duke it out on who's going to live the longest.
Yeah, I guess this all started because, strangely enough, the idea came from Simon Pegg, who played Scotty.
All right.
And director Justin Lin both wanted to pay homage to Takei's legacy, and they decided to write a scene where the new Sulu is pictured with the male spouse raising their infant child. Pegg and Lin assumed reasonably that Takei would be overjoyed at the development, since it was like a manifestation of that conversation with Roddenberry in a swimming pool so many years ago. I guess he had this conversation with Gene Roddenberry about this, and then he said, "I'm delighted that there's a gay character," he tells the Hollywood Reporter. "Unfortunately, it's a twisting of Gene's creation to which he put so much thought. I think it's really unfortunate." So I think he's upset at the fact that they're taking Gene Roddenberry's original idea and kind of changing it, morphing it, however, whatever word you want to pay, whatever label, to fit today's societal standards, which is
yeah, but I mean, they kind of already did that with some of the other movie, right? I mean, they even had Spock, and Uhura getting down.
Well, they had. I mean, Kirk gets down with everybody, so that doesn't matter.
That's just Kirk. That's been Kirk since day one.
He's like all about green chicks.
Green chicks and tan shirts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the Captain Kirk chop.
Wow, this is.
You know the Captain Kirk chop, of course, right?
No.
Oh well, you never seen in like some of the episodes where, like, Captain Kirk would do like this judo chop kind of thing to their neck and like to knock people down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's notoriously known as the Captain Kirk chop.
That's awesome.
Right. Hey, Spock had the pinch. He had the chop.
He did do that a lot, though. He would, like, right at the base of the neck, just pow. I'll fuck you up with my cusp of my hand. Pow. Yeah, I guess Gene Roddenberry didn't want to take this kind of risk after Kirk and O'Hara's kiss on live TV, and I guess ratings plummeted because of that. They wouldn't even air the episode in the South on NBC.
Oh, well, and it wasn't even like a real kiss. It was like an off-screen. Well, I mean, they basically turned their head to pretend like they were.
Right.
Right. And so I mean, it wasn't like a real on-scene or on-screen kiss, but yeah, I mean, it was done in the late '60s, right? So what do you expect?
Yeah, I think it aired in
'67, maybe
67, '68, and then '79 it was done.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
No, '69, dude.
No, dude. Oh wait, yeah, you're right.
It was only on 3 years.
Yeah, I think it was started in '67. Yeah.
Don't tell me my Star Trek, man. I know my shit.
Yeah, season 1 was in 1966, and the last episode was later, because I can't read that fast. So
okay, good job, Beavis.
No, it just the page wasn't loading that quick. So yeah, aired from September of '66 through June of '69. So roughly 3 years. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Well, that's interesting. I never thought you would think that he would side with what they were doing instead of being a purist of Roddenberry's ideas. So he's been on board so far, I guess, up until this.
Yeah, but I think with the new JJ movies, I think there is a little bit of backlash. I mean, there's just too much action, too much craziness going on. There's not enough Star Trekking basically happening, but I mean, that's kind of what the movies need to do, though, right? The TV shows were where the ideas and the mentality got drawn out,
right?
So
and
I think it's just the nature of the beast.
Well, and this, I thought the second one was actually really good.
Into Darkness?
Yeah, I thought that was a really, really good Star Trek movie. And I never saw... People were like, I saw the twist coming in, and I'm not going to ruin it, so I'm not going to screen spoiler alert and say the whole thing. But If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's really good. The twist I didn't see. I had no idea who Benedict Cumberbatch was playing until they said his name, and I was like, oh my god, are you serious? The dude's a badass. Like, you see the character later, right? In the other movie, in the older movies, but then he's not really doing anything. He's just leading a bunch of people. Here, it's like you see why people follow him around. You know, why he has his group. You know, it's just they are who they are, made to do one thing, and they're great at it. So I thought that was kind of cool, that build up. But like you said, there's just intense not over the top action, but intense, believable action for that time.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. I thought it was well played out. But again, in the trilogies of their movies, Star Wars is still better.
Oh my god, Star Wars is so played out.
Whatever. I love that shit. But yeah, that's my take on it. So that's cool that he's kind of like sticking around to the original idea and not like all about, you know, LGBT stuff right in the middle of that movie. He wants to preserve that original idea. He's a purist about it, and that's great. I think that's cool.
Well, I mean, in the Star Trek future, and that's kind of the key thing about Star Trek is like it is about humanity. It is about human future. It's not Star Wars where it's in a galaxy far, far away and nobody gives a shit.
Right.
And you know that's I think why a lot of people cling to Star Trek is that it's the reflection of what we hope to be someday.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, that also kind of rings true in the sense that Sulu's kind of saying, hey, stick to the script because we're already in the Star Trek future, we're already past all that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It doesn't need to be put in somebody's face that way.
That's very true.
So full warp speed, Mr. Sulu. You know what else is bullshit though?
What's that?
Fucking yogurt.
Why is yogurt bullshit?
All right, I'll tell you why. First of all, 6 ounces. 6 ounces is not enough yogurt for any man, woman, or child. There should be at least 8. I'm proposing 10.
Jesus. You'd have some, like,
hey,
strong-ass kids.
All right, when they moved to the 20-ounce pop bottle, I was golden. Okay? That 16-ounce, 12-ounce shit doesn't do anything. Once you got to 20, I was good. Yogurt's the same thing. They got to bump up their game. And you know, these little 6-ounce containers, they just get lost in the goddamn fridge. You don't even know you're there. You bought like 10, you know, blueberries and strawberries and all this stuff. Next thing you know, you got garbage that you just got to clean out of your fridge because they've been hiding in there for a month, well past their expiration date, and it just pisses me off.
Well, you don't ever really see the expiration dates because they're like printed on now, like in weird spots. They're not underneath. They're like right under the lip. So like when you rip it open, you look around it for like 5 or 10 minutes. You're like, where's the expiration date?
Well, goddamn, Yoplait has them stamped in the lid. You got to go know Braille to read this shit.
Right. So when you rip the lid open, it's like juice and mold.
Yeah. Oh, so gross. Yeah. That's one thing you don't want bad in your fridge is some nasty yogurt.
Smell hits you in the face. It's all like.
So recently, you know, the kids wanted smoothies, so my wife went and bought like a full 32-ouncer of yogurt. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way we're gonna get through all this in time. It's just gonna be a horror show. And I'll tell you what, that was the best thing ever, because you had this big container staring you in the face, saying "Eat my shit," and I finished it. I actually finished it before the expiration, and it was some damn good stuff. I'm telling you, man, that's the game changer. Get the big boy. So that's going to you know, I've already gone through 2 32 ounces. There's no way in hell I would have gone through 64 ounces of yogurt.
Is that just like
those little 6-ounce cups? What?
Is that like, was it just like vanilla?
No. The first one was peach. My wife actually boo food, and she meant to get vanilla because we were doing like what do you call them? Smoothies.
Did you say boo food?
Yeah, boo food.
What the fuck does that mean?
You don't know what that means?
No.
It means butt fucked, man.
Oh my god. Okay, I gotta use that later.
In more ways than one, right?
Oh,
hey, that's like a pun in itself. Okay,
that was good.
Yeah, thank you. Brought a tear to my eye.
Oh, I'm actually gonna exit with this.
I wanna take you to a gay bar. I wanna take you to a gay bar. I wanna take you to a gay bar, gay bar, gay bar.
You know what you need to follow that up with?
What's that?
I'm gonna fucking rape you.
Yeah.
I'm going to rape you.
and as soon as you tell people that's about cats, they just their mind is blown.
Yep.